All right, last example for today, example 3, finding a particular solution curve. So this one I am going to need a point, which I can already tell I have. So find the equation of the curve, so that's a particular solution, through the point 1, 3, and has a slope of y over x squared at any point. When you see the word slope, you should think about that interchangeably with derivative. You can think about derivative as y prime, but we know from separation, I think a lot of times it makes more sense to think about it as dy dx. So this is the slope, and y over x squared is also the slope. This is a pretty clear one where I can do some separation. Okay, so if I do a rewrite, so all my y's are on the same side, I can do that. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and do the integral of both sides. Okay, the left is one that I just know, and the right, I think you're going to want to think about this as x to the negative 2 dx. Then you're just using the power rule. So negative x to the negative 1 plus c. Okay. Since I'm going to be doing some solving with that, I might just do a quick rewrite to write it as negative 1 over x plus c. The idea being that I want to be able to get the y by itself, and so I can do e to the on both sides there. So getting y equals e to the negative 1 over x plus c, which we know is the same thing as e to the negative 1 over x times e to the c, and we are calling that a. And so my general solution would be y equals a e to the negative 1 over x. Okay, so if I want to actually get the particular solution then, right, I'm going to know that the order pair 1, 3, where this is x and this is y, is on the curve, and so I should be able to figure out what a actually is. So it would be 3 equals a e to the negative 1 over 1, right, or 3 equals a e to the negative 1. If I'm solving for a, just to be clear, right, this is the same thing as 3 equals a divided by e, right, which means if you want a alone, you can multiply both sides by e, and so a would be 3e, which, reminder, that just is a number, okay? And so if I plug that back into my general solution, so the actual curve, or maybe it's better to call it particular curve, okay, is y equals the a value, 3e, times e to the negative 1 over x. Okay, well, you might notice, oh, well, that's like e to the first times e to the negative 1 over x, and so you could put those together. If you're multiplying like bases, you are adding exponents, so 3e to the negative 1 over x plus 1, that would work. Or sometimes your book will make common denominators, so I just want you to be aware of this. This is the same thing as 3e to the, this would be x over x, so negative 1 plus x over x power. That would also be a solution. Okay, so just be aware of how you can manipulate it, and especially this situation here where they're combining like bases and writing it a little bit differently.